Have you ever thought of just making a living? Just making a living from trading? Instead of big money, big Rolexes, all that stuff, have you ever just thought of just making a living? It sounds humble and not as exciting, yes. But this business here is already extremely hard, and having expectations of that flashy lifestyle will put a psychological cap on you because you're always swinging for the fences to make this $20,000 trade. You have all these big expectations as to what you'll achieve, and ultimately you just end up disappointing yourself because this business is hard. Not only is it hard to make Lambo Rolex money, it's also hard to even make a living with. And the statistic is something like 90% of people fail at trading. So already you're starting off in a hard business. When you come into it as a new trader, you're seeing all these guys that supposedly have a lavish lifestyle from trading, that when you make your trade and you say you earn 1% in a month, 2% in a month, you feel like it's not good enough because, well, with your 1 to 2%, you're not making enough money to buy a Lamborghini or Rolex. You're not even making enough money to quit your job. And you still, even though you were profitable for the month, making your 1%, your 2%, you still feel bad because you see these other guys with all their lavish, flashy things, and you're like, why aren't I making that? How come I'm not making that? In turn, you start to over leverage, you overdo things, trying to aim for big, double-digit returns in a month, and you end up blowing up and quitting and never coming back to what potentially could have changed your life. Now, I'm here to set a different, more realistic expectation on trading and what you should expect, and a healthier way to frame this and to show you what really is possible if you just zoom out, give it time, be patient, and still benefit from your trading along the way. Instead of trying to quit your job right away, instead of trying to buy these flashy things right away, imagine you just try to make a living, or not even make a living. Imagine you just try to make enough to cover your bills. What about your car payment? What's that per month? I remember my car payment used to be $450 per month, $450. Imagine you just make enough in the month, $450 to cover your car payment. Imagine the type of relief that can provide the average person. You're working a full-time job, say you earn $3,000 a month, 450 of that comes out towards your car payment. Imagine you can just make $450 in a month from your trading. You wipe off that bill. You no longer have to worry about that bill. Now that $3K you earn from your job, you've effectively given yourself a pay rise. Imagine just doing that, and the same is true for food bills, phone bills, whatever. Imagine you just cover one large bill per month, 1 week of rent. Imagine you just made 1 week of rent per month. Imagine the type of relief that provides the average person. I know when I was struggling financially, just having one of these, having my car payment removed, would have made a huge difference to what I can do in the month, what I can save, what I could invest in. For the average person, as a start, just focusing on something small like this is huge. You don't need to jump right away to making the big money. Just focus on covering one bill. Set a goal. Can I extract $450 from the market this month to cover my car payment? And the thing is, guys, trading doesn't take a lot of time out of your day. For me personally, I'm only trading 2 hours of the day, right? 2 hours of my entire day is trading. I personally run 2 other businesses for the rest of my day, and I only spend 2 hours of my day trading. So you, as a person who probably has a full-time job, you're working a regular job, you can do both just fine. Can't trade New York session during the day, trade the London session. Figure out a way to trade the Asian range. Trading does not take a lot of time out of your day, so you can do both. You can work a job and you can trade at the same time, and you can work towards building your bankroll, paying off those small bills with trading. And imagine the difference in your life that can make, just paying one bill, building up from there, 2 bills, 3 bills, snowball that. And all the while, even if you're not making enough money to cover that bill, you're building experience in the market, that daily screen time. If you really want to be a trader, getting in daily chart time is very important to building that kind of sixth sense for the market, building confidence and experience, spending those couple hours per day. Even if you don't make enough to cover your bills, you're building experience so that later on down the line, you'll be able to cover those bills and maybe even make a full-time income. Then there's always a naysayer as well. They say, yeah, but to make $450 a month, I'm going to need, a lot of capital. I only have, say, $200 to trade with. There's always, especially now, you guys have it very easy. When I started trading 6 years ago, there was not nearly as many options in terms of prop firms to trade with. You guys have a plethora of options in terms of prop firms to choose from now that you can utilize. If you have been demo trading as you should be to find your edge, and you've found some sort of consistent profitability demo trading, then you can jump over, find a prop firm that suits you, and build your capital from there. Use that to make trading worth your time. For example, I'm going to use Top Step as an example because that's who I personally trade with. Imagine you get that 150K funded account, right? Costs you, I think it's 160 bucks for a 150K evaluation. You get funded, you've got that 150K funded account, and imagine you only aim to make 1% per month. 1% per month of 150K. Typically, I'm risking 0.5% per trade, and that's even on the top step funded accounts. I know that it's technically, you're only trading a drawdown, whatever. I still risk 0.5% per trade. That is only one winning trade. My trades are typically 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Imagine being net one winning trade. Okay, so risking 0.5% for a 1 to 2, one trade that wins 1 to 2, risking 0.5%, that makes 1%. I can stop for the month and I've made 1%, and that is 1% of 150K trading account is $1,500. Now, I don't know about you, but for the average person, $1,500 extra per month is insane. That is literally life-changing. The amount of financial pressure that can relieve just by making 1% in a month. 1 to 2 trade risking 0.5% can net you $1,500, 1% gain. You can just stop there for the month and you've made $1,500. Now, imagine, a lot of these prop firms allow you to do multiple accounts. Imagine you link together 3 of these. Top Step allows 350K accounts, right? 3 of them, you make 1%, you link them together, you make 1% across the board, same exact trade, but copied across 3 accounts. That $1,500 is now $4,500 from one winning trade, risking 0.5% to gain 1%. One winning trade is $4,500. You can stop for the month off that one win, and you've made this. I don't know about you, but there is no shame in this. Screw the Lambos, screw the Rolexes, screw that flashy lifestyle. There is no shame in $4,500 per month. Are you kidding me? That's more than a lot of people's salaries in America. That is enough to cover all your living expenses. Now, the money you make from your full-time job or whatever else you're doing is all spare. You can put that into savings, into paying off debt, into investing, effectively setting yourself up for financial freedom just by winning one trade. 0.5% risk, 1% return. 3 accounts linked together, boom. Now imagine you do this, you cover all your living expenses, you put your spare money from your job or whatever into funding a personal account. You move away from these prop firms eventually. You put the money you're making into a personal account. Say you're saving, you're able to put $3,000 a month. All your bills covered from that $4,500, you're able to put $3,000 a month into your personal account, continue to trade your personal account and snowball that $3,000 every single month. Imagine by the end of the year, you've got, over $30,000, $40,000 in a personal trading account, and you just keep building and compounding that 1% a month, 1% a month, 1% a month. Imagine where you'll be in 5 years. Imagine what's possible. That's something I didn't do when I first started trading, is I didn't zoom out to look at the big picture, look at what those compounding gains can do, and just to have a more realistic expectation that you can literally change your life doing this. If you just set realistic expectations, you don't go for swinging for the fences. You don't go for looking like these influencers with the flashy things. Nothing wrong with flashy things. You can do that one day. From trading alone, you can eventually do those things, but you need to zoom out. You need to take a more healthy, realistic view of trading. Take a 5-year view. Don't take a 1 year, what can I accomplish this year? What can I do in a few months? Yes, there are people that can blow up and do great things under a year. I've seen many examples of it, but for your own psychological sake, zoom out, look at a 5-year big picture image of what is possible, what you can grow to become if you stick at this, be patient, compound your growth, and use the tools available to you like prop firms and just consistently but patiently grow. Patience pays, boys and girls. And by being patient, you build a healthier mindset with your trading towards your success as a trader, and things start to become a whole lot more realistic. The goal should be longevity, not quick over leverage money. Longevity, survival is the game here. Something to think about. Trade well, don't be naughty.